Hey y'all, it's Dr. Shamanda. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. So it is, first, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am a single mom of 2 teenagers and former high school dropout turned doctor, PhD. And I'm on a journey towards financial freedom, time freedom, and building generational wealth. So it is Friday, y'all, and I'm super excited. It's Friday morning. I'm actually about to head out to work in a little bit, but I wanted to film a quick video before I head out. It's rainy and gloomy, but it is the end of another pay period. So if you guys follow my budget series, you know that I am, I do weekly or bi-weekly budgets, and August is a 3 paycheck month. So definitely excited about that. It's a tight month because I am, God willing, paying off my car loan at the end of this month. So that's a big chunk that's going to be, that could be going somewhere else, but I'm excited to pay that off. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something because y'all know I watched, TikTok compilations on YouTube about cost of living, inflation, and just hearing the stories of people who are, struggling financially, which unfortunately, in the reality is it's a lot of us, and it doesn't really matter for the most part how much you're making, because there's a lot of stories about 6-figure earners. There's a lot of stories about people who have dual incomes, right? Like, partners or spouses, they're both making good money, but in this economy, with this cost of living and things like that, it's still not stretching. And if you think about it, as I'm hearing these stories, I'm hearing high car payments, high rent, high mortgage payments, the student loan payments, right? Just a lot of stuff. And then sometimes I'm hearing their budgets and I'm like, yeah, you can cut that out, baby. Like, but that's just me, because I'm a minimalist. So y'all know it's a lot of stuff I don't partake in that your average person does. And they're like, that's like, they couldn't even imagine their lives without that kind of stuff. And me, I'm just like, baby, I ain't did that in 10 years. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about how, I'm not poor, right? I'm intentional and just very focused on my finances, but I still live like I'm broke, right? Like, and that's just the reality. And I thought about that because I said, if someone didn't know me, they'd probably think, like, girl, like, you always talking about money, you always talking about your budget, you always talking about like saving and getting the best deals and all that stuff. You wouldn't think that I do have tens of thousands of dollars in my investment accounts, and I do own a home with equity in it. I'm about to have a paid off car, thank you, God. And I earn more than your average, right? Whatever the average is in the US right now, I earn more than that. And I am a solo, I'm the only person in my home that earns any income right now. So, but I'm very intentional about that, y'all. And I know how it looks from the outside. I am not a flexer. If I was, I would go, as soon as I pay this car off at the end of this month, I would go get me another car, because I technically could, right? Or I could be going on vacation and stuff every month if I want to, y'all. Every paycheck, I probably could go, you know what I'm saying? Like, something I thought about doing was going to the beach, like once a month. And, well, I was still warm, obviously, but things like that, like just little things that technically people wouldn't be able to do unless they went into debt. I could technically do those things, but I choose not to. So I wanted to give you guys 5 reasons why I still live like I'm broke, or ways that I'm able to live like I'm broke, in order to help me get to my goals. Now, you guys know my goal is to, over the next 36 months, is to reach these 6 milestones. So hopefully you'll stay on this journey and follow me there. But okay, the first one is that living frugally is a power move. It's not a punishment. So I know that some people can look at it and think like, this has to be a boring life. It has to be very rigid and frustrating to live so frugally, to not constantly go on vacations, to not go shopping all the time, to not get your hair done all the time, to not go change your nails up every week or every 2 weeks, to not just do all these things. That can't feel good, but for me, it's not. I don't feel it. Obviously, I'm a minimalist, so I look at it a little bit differently. For me, I look at it like I'm being strategic, and it's a power, it's a strength that I have, right, to be able to do this, because a lot of people could not live that type of lifestyle. But for me, like I said, it gives me my power back, because when I earn my paychecks, I know that like those hours that I invested at that job, or doing the work that I'm doing or serving, I get to pay myself for that time, right? A lot of people don't, they can't, right, for whatever reason, whether it's their budget or they don't earn enough, whatever, right? They don't have that opportunity for whatever reason, or they don't take the opportunity, depends on the situation. But for me, again, it's not a punishment, it's a power move, like being frugal. The second one is that lifestyle inflation is a trap, right? And being intentional with my spending and my saving, investing, and budgeting is my exit, right? I get to know that, like, God willing, things change, things happen, but God willing, I have an exit. I don't have to live like this forever. There's a timeline. I literally showed you guys in one of my last videos, I put a clip or a screenshot of my countdown. So I have a date set where I will be work optional, and I can work part-time. I can completely step out of my profession if I want to and pivot to something else. Whatever, right? I have an exit strategy. But if you're just living and just spending money and not really being intentional with your budget or anything like that, then you're just living. You're stuck. It's a trap, and it will feel like a rat race, because you don't have any aspiration or any possibility, honestly, of getting off of that until you finally are able to retire. But even when you're retiring, or retirement age rather, because retirement isn't an age technically, it's your finance number. It's when you have the money to be able to stop working. It's not, oh, I'm 65, so I'm automatically going to retire. There's a lot of 65-year-olds who don't have the money to retire. Yes, they may be earning or drawing their Social Security, but that doesn't mean they can retire, because they're still working. They're still struggling and stressing about money. So living like this, living like I'm broke, gives me an exit strategy, an exit time frame, right? The third one is that I don't have to perform like I'm wealthy in order to feel secure. And honestly, that came from just developing my sense of worth and self-worth and value. I don't need to impress people. I don't need to look like money. Yes, I'm a doctor. I work for a huge system. So I could, you know what I'm saying? I could flex. I could be like, yeah, I could live the life that people would imagine someone with my title and all that to live, right? I could upgrade my home and live in a different type of home, a different area. I could like upgrade my cars or a car, right? I could have 2 cars. By the end of this month, I can have 2 cars, right? There's a lot of stuff that I could be doing. I could have, y'all know I don't have no earrings right now. I could go get me some diamond earrings. There's a lot of stuff I could do right now, y'all. But I don't need that. To me, that's performative. That's acting this life. And so for some people, that's a way of kind of like drawing in whatever they desire. But I don't look at it that way. I already see myself as that version, and I know it's going to happen. But the version that I want to become and will become, she's debt free though. She doesn't have a mortgage payment. She doesn't have any credit card debt, student loan debt. Her cars are all paid off 100%. Like, she's able to give money to people and things like that. Like, it's a whole different level to it. So I don't need those things to make me feel secure. And I would say the fourth thing is that frugality has changed my mental health. Now, I talked about this yesterday in another video where I talked about minimalism and how it has impacted my mental health and my finances. But seriously though, y'all, like, being frugal has given me a sense of peace, because again, I'm a single mom. I've been a single mom my son is 18, almost 19. So for almost 19 years, y'all, I've been a single mom, and for the first part of their lives, it was a struggle. So I know what it feels like to not be able to know for sure and have that sense of peace about paying your bills every month, or having to choose between different bills and all that stuff. Like, I lived that life for so many years. But when I tell y'all being frugal and budgeting and literally using a $0 based budget, where I put every dollar a job, essentially, it gives me such a level of peace, y'all, and I can't even describe it. Like, the anxiety I used to live with every day, not knowing like how I was gonna pay my bills, or if I would have enough to pay my bills, and if I didn't have enough, who was I gonna call, who could help me. That level of anxiety, I don't wish on nobody. Like, cause I already had anxiety because it's just childhood trauma. But you add on living, you know what I'm saying, trying to survive with 2 children and not having any support, any help. That right there, I don't wish that on nobody. Like, it's so exhausting. So I would say these last, let's see, 3 to 4 years, honestly, I'm gonna say 3 years, have been the most peaceful. And not to say that, you know, I didn't have challenges and stuff, because if I didn't budget right, then I have little moments of fear. Even though I knew I had money in my savings, I could like technically use it, or a credit card, something like that if I needed. But this level of like basically making more money and stewarding my money better these last few years, investing and saving, it gave me a level of peace, y'all. And it's so funny because I have more money now. I could spend more money, but I don't want to. And my daughter and I talk about this all the time. We see like promotions or commercials about food on TV, and we're just like, if we if we weren't disciplined, because we both like try to work out and stuff and eat healthy, but if we weren't disciplined and we know we got money, we could spend it, we would be baby some big bags. Because I'm telling you, and especially if I ate meat, oh my gosh, like I'd probably be going to KFC, Popeyes. Like, I'm telling you, the stuff I see on TV sometimes, I'm like, that kind of look good. And I got the money, whereas before I didn't have the money, so I just couldn't go because I didn't have the money. But I would have definitely went. So it's like, it's really good to see who I am with the opportunity to do certain things, but choosing not to do those things. But it has definitely affected and helped my mental health. And then lastly, y'all, at the end of the day, this is all temporary, right? And so I'm just playing the long game. I know prayerfully by God's will and favor and grace that, again, there's an exit to this. There's an end to this. This is not forever. I don't have to live so frugally forever. I don't have to sacrifice so much forever at some point in my life. I don't have to live like I'm broke. I can literally go get whatever I want to get, live in the house that I want to live in, go on vacations, do everything I want to do, right? Travel. There's so many things, and there's an exit to that. There's a time for that, and it's coming. I trust that God is going to keep me healthy and focused, and I'll be able to enjoy those things and the sacrifices. But right now, I'm focused on the long game, and that means that I'm being intentional every day. I'm showing up for myself. I'm budgeting. I'm staying frugal. I'm not trying to flex on nobody. None of the extra stuff. I steward my finances, and I'm just staying grateful to God, to myself, to my children, and my obviously my employer, the opportunities to serve and earn income. I'm staying intentional, staying focused, and knowing that my time to enjoy life and at another level, because I enjoy my life right now, but enjoy it at a different level, is coming. And it's going to feel so, so good. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope that you can relate if you're on this journey. And if you're not, feel free to join. If you are feeling stressed and overwhelmed about being frugal or downsizing in any way, I hope you find some peace in this video and know that, like, again, you're not alone. And there are plenty of people out here who are changing up their lifestyle so they can live a different life when it's time. So anyway, if you like this video, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time. All right.